Morning guys. Out in nature again, as you can see. Connecting with Mother Earth. How are we this morning? Alright. Hope everybody's okay. Yeah, I don't know what to call this one. I'll come up with a title by the time I've edited it. Indoctrination. The power of us all. It's an amazing concept, isn't it? The system itself, how we're all completely set against one another. Sport, competition, industry. Why are we all competing with each other? To what purpose? It all comes from industry, doesn't it? I mean, if you go... I put my keys in the pocket a minute. If you go back, I don't know, 200 years at least, it's all based on industrialisation. You know, it's all who wants to profit. Schools of the time, I looked into it and I was amazed. A lot of the schools and education systems in America were set up by the Rothschilds and Ford because they wanted to program the children to be faithful workers. So there was boards of education set up by these conglomerate organisations. Eh? I mean, I'm guessing it's the same now, isn't it? I mean, who has the government in their pockets? You know? Who's in charge of our current education systems? Well, it's the corporations, isn't it? I mean, you look at, they're trying to private, over here in the UK, most schools used to be under control of the local authority, which would have been local councils or whatever. But that's all changing, they're all being privatised. They're all being turned into academies, which are supported by local businesses and corporations. So it's not difficult to believe that if the corporations are funding these schools, then they're programming the children. Oh, haha, yes, what a preposterous idea. How silly can that be? I'll give you one example. A local school was sponsored by, or part of this school was sponsored by Sainsbury's. Right? This school has lots of orange paint, orange furniture. Might sound stupid, but you associate orange with Sainsbury's. It's a programme. Just think about it. There's lots of programming going on all the time. But going back to the school structure again, we call them schools, don't we? What is a school? It's like it's a hive mind, like fish. They all float together and they all think as one. That's a school. That's what they want to produce. They tell you that they want to produce children who can think. No. They want children to think how they're programmed to think in a school. The problem being is most teachers, they probably know the real reasons. They'd like to teach them the way they want to teach them. But you have these rules and your regulations that says you can't teach like this, you can't teach like that. They're suppressed. These poor teachers have to teach the way they're told. You get all these stupid SATs. It's pressure, 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 pressure. My little boy, he's only little. He's 5 and 6 years old, and the pressure at school is ridiculous. It's not the teacher's fault. It's not the head teacher's fault. It's the system. The system is repressing our children. You know, let's go out and let the kids play. No, they got to sit in and learn A, B, C, and well, you know what I mean. They've been indoctrinated. They're not allowed to think. They're being processed. The children are being processed for industry. You have to go in and get your qualifications to make you fit a like mind, and then you get your qualification of like mind that gives you a like mind job, to give you your like mind money, to buy your like mind stuff. This way, Ellie. Ellie, this way. To buy your like mind stuff, to live in your like mind house, and to buy your like mind car. How do we choose our cars? By what everybody else is driving. Are you getting the gist of what I'm saying here? We're all in a program here. Me personally, right? I shouldn't really come up with myself, but I will, because I can. I did the same. I went through school, I tried to do my best. Probably didn't come out with as good a things as I should have done. Therefore, I didn't fit the like mind, because I didn't get the like qualifications that maybe I should have done. And I didn't get the like job. And so then I had to work a bit harder in maybe a not so like industry, because I couldn't fit into the other industries that I was indoctrinated for at school. Not quite there, so I had to go and do something else. Maybe the lower sheeples, you know, we get the jobs for the lower sheeples. So that's what I was pushed into. I was pushed into the jobs for the lower sheeples. And then one day I thought to myself, hold on a minute, I'm having to work twice as hard here as a lower sheeple to try and get the stuff of the upper sheeples, because their indoctrinated education gave them the system qualification to be able to buy a system vehicle, house stuff, which I haven't managed to get. But I don't want it. I'm not a product of the system, because the system has failed me. It's tried to keep me in debt, which it has, and I don't care, because they've put me in this situation, and I don't care, because it's them that have put me here. My debts are not for stuff. My debts are to go to work. My debts, go on then. I've set up debts to buy equipment and vehicles so that I can go to work and earn more money for more stuff. So why have I got into debt for that? That's just wrong. That's just wrong. So it's a manufactured debt in my case. Wrong. I got no stuff. I didn't go out spending willy-nilly on things. I ain't got big flash cars and new televisions and new furniture stuff. I've not got any not expensive stuff. Oh, I haven't, no, it's all second hand. But anyway, enough about me. Yes, the program system. I think the people who are more open are the ones that haven't got anything, or that haven't got anything. People who are perceived to not have anything. Maybe they're the ones more open. Maybe the ones that can see, you know. Maybe they're the ones that realise, hold on a minute, what am I going to work for? What am I going to work for? But the thing is, sometimes we don't have choices, do we? We get indoctrinated into the system and controlled by the system through education, in the original sense, that we don't have any choice. Because they'll pile money on top of us, or debts, to keep us in control. And if we can't earn enough money, if the education system doesn't produce, if the education can't produce in us what industry needs, then we become a lower class sheeple, in which we just burn ourselves out, having to feed the system to look after ourselves through taxes, national insurance, and health services and all this sort of stuff. So we go to work, we burn ourselves out, we eat crap food, and then we make ourselves ill, and then we get pushed into an NHS service which we've therefore paid for ourselves, self-funding, and to try and make us better, which is all created because the food's crap. It's all poisonous to make us ill. You know, if you eat fresh organic food, you don't see the elite dying young, do you? You know, how many elite-ish people, how many people with loads of money do you see unfit, overworked, underpaid? They've all got their private health care, they all eat organic food, and they all have a lovely, happy, lovely, healthy lifestyle, which for some reason the rest of us don't seem to have. Why is that? All part of the programming, people. All part of the programming. Right, I'm off. I hope I've opened your eyes a little bit in this one. Thumbs down to this mad person here if you like. I don't give a toss. And genuine love and light to everybody. Get out into nature, everybody. If you're watching this, get out into nature. Give a tree a hug. Connect with yourself, because you are part of this planet, not part of the establishment, which they like to think you are a part of. So, love everybody, love yourself, get out and appreciate the woods, and I'll see you in the next vid. Love you guys.